Hi, team. Welcome back to Daughters of Ash with me, Ben. Should be episode 9 or so, I believe. And my controller. Please don't speak to me. My controller is very sick. My controller is actually all better, I believe. I basically just took it into the good old Steam calibration. Pressed a few directions on my analog stick. Bada bing, bada boom. Unplugged it, plugged it back in for good measure. And here we are. Alright, it's time to take out Quelaag, I think. Oh no. I tested it extensively, but I had not come back into the nursery yet. It's fine, we might have to switch controllers. I have a couple others though. At least I got my souls. So let me try. Keep this one for now, as long as it's not doing anything super heinous. My hesitation is that my other controllers are not modded, and I rely on my modded controller greatly. Well, not very much. It's just that there's a dodge button on the back here, so I can dodge with my ring finger back on the controller handle, and that way I'm able to aim with my right thumb on the right thumbstick and dodge at the same time. Yeah. I thought about it. I thought about just taking those souls and running, getting some levels up. Close call. Excuse me. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna learn a different... Oh, God. I have my shield up. Had the shield up. I don't know if they've changed the detection system for that attack. I know I used to be able to shield it. come that guy always hits me now? Oh, jeez. Help. So I'm starting to feel a little bit better on the mend, I think, from my sickness. Obviously not coughing as much, so that's good. Why does that attack always hit me now? Please. My controller's very sick. What can I say? Same old bosses. Much worse player. So I think what's happening here is a classic case of same old bosses, much worse player. Please, may this guy not hit me this time. Jesus. Come on. Excuse me? I'm stuck. Oh. Thank you. It's fair. Please. Easy. All right. Ooh, used to summon fiery explosion. Let's see if any of this is different. Oh yeah, this is different. Okay, Soul of Quelaag, first daughter of the Witch of Izalith and formidable warrior turned chaos demon. Quelaag fought to contain the burgeoning chaos in the sanctum, lest it disfigure the children in the nursery. But the dome was already cracked, and her sacrifice futile. Special beings have special souls. Use the Soul of Quelaag to unleash Izalith's fire, or feed to the ravenous to release what power remains within. So this is like the dome. The dome was already cracked. The dome, I believe, is referring to Izalith. Izalith, the city of Izalith is contained within a dome, in the game world. Contain the burgeoning chaos in the sanctum. So I don't know what it means by sanctum. It's the only thing. Any NPCs? Let me guess, I need stronger gloves. Oh, nope, I don't. Okay, we're doing this. I don't have any gloves on. Oh, that was the answer all along. Much like the scroll in Kung Fu Panda. It's this one, right? It's an illusory wall. Alright. We still got a bonfire over here. So there was no old witch's ring, correct? There was no old witch's ring in this game.
Oh dear. What have we here? Are you a new servant? But you have no eggs. Ah, no matter. Go along and have audience with our fair lady. I pray that you will mind your manners.
Okay. Alright, so I will rest here. Level up. That looks good, right? A little bit more endurance, a bunch more strength. Get the quality build in full swing. Actually, as long as we can use the claymore with one hand, I'm gonna focus more so on endurance. Excuse me. Do we have a good shield under 1 pound? No. So let's... actually do that. Now we can switch to a crit weapon. Alright. So we've gotten through Quelaag. Let's check out this area. This might be the Sanctum. Are these guys chill? That's much better. I find this much more agreeable. Because in the original game, these guys kind of just crawl. They're always like crawling toward you, right? Or am I thinking of some other area? If I remember correctly, these guys are just always slowly moving toward you. So if you were just to stand here for long enough, they would just all converge on you. And there is another bonfire out here, which I will light. I wonder how the ceaseless discharge fight works in this. I should hope in a game that's primarily concerned with updating and upgrading the Dark Souls levels and world and items and things. I should hope that Izalith was a huge focus, right? And this whole Demon Ruins area, because that was kind of what everyone knows is like the last thing they kind of did in development at FromSoft for the game, and it was kind of rushed and they weren't able to do as much as they wanted, and that's why there's just a bunch of cloned mobs, like 12 Taurus demons and like 10 Capra demons, and it's all just really fast and loose. And I've always wished something cooler would be done with this area. So Ceaseless Discharge, I think, is a fight that could have been upgraded a good deal. Yeah, I never loved the Ceaseless Discharge fight. Obviously, there was like the cheesy way to beat it, where you would just grab the robes and then run back to the fog wall, and he would like leap and try to grab onto the ledge, and then you just hit his hand till he falls off, right? It's kind of cheesed by design. So let's see, does combat start right away this time? Uh-oh. It's kind of spooky. I just walked away. I'm willing to do this now because we have no souls. I'm not expecting to win this fight. I'm just trying to scope it out. So let's just see if we can do the cheese on him. Let's just see what happens. So the idea is that his sort of terrain ends there, so he falls. Yeah, okay. Really didn't expect this to work. Here we are. Oh, okay. That's, oh, it's the Witch of Izalith. Soul of Quelos. Alright. What just happened there? Was she attacking me, or was she attacking Quelos? Ceaseless Discharge. I didn't even look at the name on the health bar. I guess it was probably Quelos, right? Soul of Quelos, last child of the Witch of Izalith, and first victim of the Chaos Flame. Born of pain, prone to fits of rage, and despised by his mother, but pitied by his sisters, who vowed to allay his torment. Rarely is fate so merciful. Use the Soul of Quelos to glimpse his unending agony, or feed to the ravenous to release what power remains within. To feel his unending agony. That's something. So I'm assuming that whatever sister I just fought at the end, I'm assuming that they were trying to attack me, trying to protect their brother, right? Yeah, because I saw Fireball go out, and I think it didn't damage Ceaseless Discharge. 20 Thaui, not bad. It's a shame I didn't realize there was someone there. I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye before when I first pressed up against the fog wall. I thought I saw someone standing next to me, but I thought it was just my imagination or just some piece of geometry. But I probably could have fought whoever it was. Alright, so we've got some Taurus demons down there. It's like super fire defense, right? Okay. We're still fast. And is this 0.3 below? What's that? Did you hear that? It sounded like snipping. So that right there is the dome, right? That's Izalith. Doesn't really bother me to cheese the boss like that. I'm very rarely opposed to taking the easy way out of most situations. I think people in the world can largely be divided into two camps of people who learn things the easy way and people who learn things the hard way. Now, I don't think this really applies to how we play games too much. Because in games, I am often really stubborn. But in life, I tend to just learn things the easy way. I tend to just take people at face value. If I get a piece of advice from someone, or like just general wisdom that I hear, I tend to just assume that people know more than I do, and just, okay, you say that I shouldn't do this, I just won't do it then. You know, don't touch the stove. As a kid, don't touch the stove, don't touch the boiling water. Just, okay. And there's some people learn things the hard way. A lot of people learn things the hard way. And I think it has made my life easier. The fact that I'm typically just ready to accept advice at face value and listen to people, because typically I think a lot of people who hand out wisdom, there's a lot to be gleaned from experience in people's lives. But I think I have been burned by it. Like, sometimes I'm envious of people who have the confidence to learn things the hard way, because it's like, you really do have to have this, like, well, I might know better than you mentality that I do not share. And every once in a while, you get a piece of bad advice. You listen to that bad advice and you start, you start living your life a certain way. And it's like, whoa. That was whoa to the lava, not at the train of thought. Okay. You are, here. How do you fight these guys? What's the, Ah. There you go. Ugh. Yeah, but sometimes I take people's advice and just turns out poorly. It's made me really jaded toward, like, I mean, I guess it's not jaded because I still do take advice and I still think I generally learn things the easy way. But certain people in your life, it's one of the most frustrating things when you, like, as a kid, you really want to live your life a certain way, and then you really want to do something, and then you get advice that you shouldn't do things that way. And to adjust to that, to make that switch and to sacrifice sort of your free will in order to follow conventional wisdom, and then for that wisdom to be proven wrong, it's one of the most frustrating possible things. It's like, okay, so I could have just been doing this thing that I wanted to do all along. It's made me wish that, like, I could just get, like, guarantees, like, from people for general wisdoms. Like, I want to, like, form contracts, like, when someone tells me not to do something or to do a specific thing, I want to just form up a contract. Just be like, okay, I'll do that. You're confident about that, right? Because if that turns out incorrect, then you're gonna owe me $20,000. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to be able to get that kind of assurance. That was one of the things I learned from grad school was at the end of the day, most people don't know what they're doing. Oh, both of you. Really? Okay, this is fine. most people don't really know what they're doing, I think. Right? It's like I did learn to kind of trust my own intuition a little bit more. And that's a really valuable skill. And I know it's kind of it sounds like an insult to say that you to whatever your alma mater is, to say, oh, what I learned in school is to not trust any of my teachers who gave me bad information. That's not exactly what I mean. I do mean it more in the sense of, like, I've felt at times a lack of confidence in my own opinions or my own ideas. And there were moments in my grad program, because it was a practical program and it was like focused on kind of doing real work for real companies. There were times that I felt inadequate toward the beginning because I was like, oh, how am I qualified to give... it was a UX research program for the games industry. So it was like really like giving my opinions to designers about ways to fix the game. And it's like, well, this is their job. Like, how should I feel qualified just because I'm in this program? But then you have people who believe in you, people who tell you, well, you're in this program for a reason. You shouldn't be afraid to give your advice. Worth it. It's worth 5,000 souls. Hell no, I'm not going back for those. Actually, might as well, because those guys weren't even attacking me. But yeah, I don't know. I've had this conversation with a lot of my close friends, and I really like people who learn things the hard way, because they tend to they acquire that wisdom for themselves. They're the people who are actually able to generate the kind of advice that people like me rely on getting. People who just want to not endanger themselves at any point. People who are just fine just listening to the rules. They're kind of the pioneers, and they get burned for it more often than I get burned on false information, right? Because they'll go out and do things with their life, and I'm not just talking about touching stoves. Like, do you move to take a job? Like, do you move across the world? And obviously that's a really complicated question, and it's going to depend on context. So I'm not saying I would just take someone's advice at face value for if they had a terrible experience moving across the country to take a job. But there's people who kind of do those things on their own, and don't rely on other people to give them like a manifesto of how they should like handle those kind of choices. And they're usually cool people. Like, they're usually pretty cool people, because they are confident, brave, courageous individuals. And I'm an idiot. I realized, I just remembered that the walking across this lava is enabled by the ring that you get later, not this armor set. So I've been using this armor set thinking, oh, isn't it supposed to make me immune to the lava? Nope. I'm not worried about missing the Kirk fight, if there's a Kirk fight here. Oh, you are much stronger than your brothers upstairs. But you don't do anything, do you? Yeah, I'm not really worried about missing the Kirk fight here, because the mod said to not go human online. And this is what I'm talking about, right? I I have another friend who's playing this mod who's just like, oh yeah, but I go online all the time. Doesn't matter. He went in someone's world. I'd be way too worried that my game's gonna crash. That there's like some kind of a bug that would happen that would like mess up my file permanently if I went into someone's world or I got invaded. So I just never go human. And that's just a piece of wisdom that was on the Did he just poop on me? That little beetle, man, I think just killed me with his excretion. What? Watch that back. I did not know that that was a move. I've never seen that before. Huh. So anyway, gaining the confidence to listen to sort of validate my own thoughts and ideas was a really valuable part of my practical degree program. Because you have kind of those moments of self-doubt, and then you go forward with it because you have to, because it's your job, and you're like, well, my job's to provide advice, so I'm going to do these. And then it turns out really well, you know, the advice is taken well, and everyone's like, oh, that's a great idea, and it's kind of validating, and you're like, okay, maybe I do have good ideas sometimes. Skating by, like, on low confidence, in kind of your workmanship or craft isn't something I would never, like, hold against anyone kind of because of that, because I've been on that side of it. But it's cool to, once you kind of learn to get over it. But anyway, I'm not worried about not fighting Kirk, because I trust the designer of the mod to have given me good information that doesn't leave out any details. He said not to go online. I'm not gonna go online. And if that turns out to be faulty information, then he owes me $10,000. What's the health bar like? No health bar, huh? That's fine. I feel under-leveled for this part, for good reason. The reason is that I am. Notice that I have 10 Estus flasks, and let me lead you through why that's significant. I know I just respawned, but hear me out. The bonfire I just respawned from is not kindled. It only respawns you with 5 Estus. The only reason I have 10 is because I rested at the bonfire near Quaylag's sister, which is a kindled bonfire because it's a firekeeper bonfire. So that one gave me 10. And literally, so if I had used any since resting there, it would be lower. It would be at 9 or 8, reflecting however many I used. Here's my proof for how I'm under-leveled for this part. The fact that I've never used a single Estus despite dying. Okay. The fact that I've never used a single Estus despite dying like 8 times is because I've never had a chance to use Estus. Because I'm either at full health or I'm dead. Literally everything in that area killed me in one hit. Even the poop. So I'll just grab this checkpoint real quick. just to make the run a little bit faster if I end up dying on the way back to the last bonfire. What's our poison resistance on this bad boy? Alright, we've got 36. Oh, it's very good. Okay. Poison resistance always weirded me out in the Souls games because it makes the bar longer, like to get poisoned, right? Like that's how they sort of measure resistance. It's just the bar for the poison status effect is longer. But the bar for charging up and gaining the affliction is the same bar that the affliction uses to tick down once you get it. So if you have a smaller poison resistance, then you also are poisoned for less time because the bar, as it ticks down, is smaller. Well, it's kind of interesting. So, like, there's situations where it might make sense if you have no purple blossoms, right? If you have no purple blossoms at all, and you know that you're gonna get poisoned either way because you're gonna run across a huge like poison pool or whatever. This situation is probably totally nebulous, like might never happen in the game, but that's cool how you can see the tree up there. Is that the Great Hollow? Yeah, should be, right? What's going on up there? So there are technically possible situations where you would want to have less poison resistance because once you get past the poison area, see, look how much longer that bar is. Before it was like 2 of those segments, now it's 3 entire segments, which means if I get poisoned, I'm gonna be poisoned for a lot longer. It's not a big deal because I have purple blossoms, right? And I have a bonfire over there. So either way, it probably wouldn't end up mattering, but and look at that. It paid off to have this higher resistance because I would be poisoned here if I had my lower resistance. It just goes to show you stuff. Alright, so I want to stay in this area. I can either go to Numenarch or go up into Blighttown proper. I think I'm going to go ahead and go into Blighttown. The Numenarch area scares me. Excuse me. So I don't know, man. What's my advice at the end of the day? And all this. That's the thing. Like, I don't give advice. That's kind of the point of this. I don't like giving advice. I guess the actual point is I like it a little bit more now that I've been through my master's program. But like, I feel like you have to be so bold to present your advice as like, oh, this is I would have to be so sure of myself, and I think that's the that's one of the reasons it peeves me so much when people give bad advice, because it's like you really didn't have like you didn't feel the need to be confident about this idea before you told me. And I'm there's some things that are subjective for sure. Like your mileage may vary, like moving for a job, right? For some people that's going to work depending on the situation, and for some people it isn't. But if you give advice that it's not going to work, then you're making it seem like it's objective. If you give advice and you say, well, it's subjective, so it's going to be different for everyone, then it's not. It can be advice, but it's not really like advice to follow. You're kind of just telling them to search themselves and actually come up with their own solution. Oh no. So it's not really like advice to begin with. But to tell someone like that you know the right way, I don't know, it's a confidence that it took me a long time to muster up doing in situations where I was highly qualified, right? In an area that was literally my job. It even felt like too presumptuous to tell someone else what to do. I never feel comfortable telling other people what to do. To give advice that you're not 100% overqualified, you've been through the exact same thing, and it's a simple matter that can be reduced to a few options, is so irresponsible. It just it always peeves me when I get getting bad advice. How did I even get here? I don't mean in the game. I mean my advice about advice. To not give advice. High octane Overwatch League Widowmaker gameplay. Streamer ports Hanzo into Dark Souls. Streamer ports Hanzo into Dark Souls Ashes mod. Gets hella headshots. Gets dinks on I'm giving you a good title for this clip, by the way. So you're welcome for the free. You're welcome for the free views. Streamer ports Hanzo into Dark Souls Ashes mod. Gets hella headshots. Gets dinks on some noobs. Gets dinks on the Dungpai Lord. Seems right. That's where Laurentius was. Be wary of jumping. And we have a chest over there. It's just like, how could I not? Had to check. I know we would have been in a lot of trouble if that was a mimic, but it's better than just opening it and getting eaten. Besides, dude, maybe he falls down there. He dies, right? You think the mimic has like the... has like the fine motor skills required to traverse this 1-inch ledge? So there's no ladder in here. Oh, we have poison darts. Okay. Bad news. I don't like that at all. Where's our darts at? Okay, you see those darts? Just gonna avoid it for now. Blight Town, the corrupted quarry. Ah. I don't know, man. If I didn't have DS Fix installed, would I be bugging out right now with like 20 frames per second? Can I traverse this ledge? Oh god. Okay. Better question. Can I run through this area? Help. Look, I already beat 2 bosses in this episode. And I technically didn't even die to one of them. It was a first try victory. Yes! Technically didn't even die to Ceaseless Discharge. If I get up this ladder fast enough, maybe, right here. Just run. Alright, I can take one, I can take a hit. No. Okay, this is fine. Still fine, still going on the Estus from Quelaag's domain. So we've still got 7. Ooh, got 8. Got a refund there. My dude is about to get absolutely dusted. Watch the thighs. Oh, he didn't do the thighs thing. Easy as mud, dude. Oh god, Dart Man. Please. Here he comes. See him? Eliminated. Target down. Does this guy really have the fine motor skills required? Are you kidding me? This guy can get across the narrow walkway. What have you, Grimrock, what have you done to this man's AI? He's unstoppable. Tower kite shield, worth it. Please fall. Why is he good at this? Why is he better than me at running around the edge? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bait the attack here, and we're gonna backstab him off. Okay, didn't work out exactly as planned, but I think you'll agree it had a satisfying result nonetheless. Pretty easy. Still hearing darts, dude. Oh, maybe not darts, okay. Might be the bug. Excuse me. Where? Down there, you say? Okay. Well, two can play at that game, buddy. Get owned, my dude. Beat him the old-fashioned way. Alright, we got Dartman out. We got the bug done. Time to find some gloves of everlasting strength. Am I right, boys? Help. Who or what are you, and where, might I ask? Okay. Is this the bonfire area? Oh, more darts. We're back up to 9 Estus. That's not bad at all. Meanwhile, I am getting slightly lost. Oh, I know where we are. Okay. Help. That's why you always kill every enemy, dude, because enemies drop bonfires in this game. You see that one down there? Okay. You see that one down there? That little blue dot right where my guy's hood is pointing at. Little dot down there. That's our last bonfire. Look how far we've come. And I think that sets it as our spawn point without me having to rest there. I'm not 100 on that, but I believe that's how it worked, at least in the original game. So let's come back up here. Was there anywhere to go to the right before there was? Okay. So I'm gonna drop back down this ladder and try the tower. Then I think we're ready to keep moving. And this is right around, just straight ahead where the dart guy is, right? And this is where you can get the easy kill on the bug lord. Why are you running away? Well, I guess I can't fault you for running away because you're about to get absolutely dusted by the strongest warrior in all Lordran. With the strongest family on YouTube. This might be a good perch for taking out the next toxic dart thrower. That's why I'm coming back up here. So where is he? So here's the thing. We were just on that walkway a second ago. We were getting like pelted at with darts. I think he's might be behind this pole here. We've got a pink man hiding out in a an urn over there. Yeah, so we don't actually have advantage on the dart blower guy. But let me just take a shot at him. So that maybe he comes down to try to fight us. And then we don't have to might not have to deal with him as a threat alongside the dart blower. Do we have a... Yes. Okay. I want to go up. Where's my dude blowing the darts? Is he just gone? Did he die? I would have noticed getting the blossoms in my inventory, right? war pick. Dead end. You kidding me, dude? That ain't no dead end. Ah, jeez. Love this weapon. This is always one of those areas that's kind of hard to remember, as everything is so helter-skelter. So I don't even know, like, what here is new and what already existed. Ah, dart thrower. Not gonna deal with that yet. There's so much more under all this. Off the edge, please. So, up there, that's the Yaito, right? That's where the Yaito item location was in the original. So I'm gonna try to make that jump first, because I believe if you fall, then you go to the next area that I'm gonna want to go to anyway, below that. Oh, you are so done, my dude. Come on. really. Alright. You want to go right off the tip of, right off the tip of this wooden thing. Let's go. Ooh. Highly worth it. Wow. Oh, okay. That went exactly as intended and as expected. Just let me down. Oh my gosh. I don't know the button. Oh, there. That's fine. Like, excuse me? It just knocked me off. Alright. Love that. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching me defeat Quelaag, defeat Ceaseless Discharge, die to the Daughter of Izalith, possibly lose some lore there. She disappeared. You already watched the episode. You know what happened. So I'll see you guys in the next one. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up. And if you hated it, as always, please subscribe.